welcome to 50 Plus Donor. We didn't actually plan anything for the show, so we're kind of banking on people calling in, not gonna lie to you. I think we probably banked a little too heavily, but hey, it do what it do.
This probably would have been a lot better of an idea if we announced it not the day of, but you know what, we'll ball.
Yeah, we'll do it again with more time, but people did retweet on the Blue Sky, so we'll see. Anyway, welcome to 50 Plus Donor. I think the one thing we do need to recognize before we start going on this is there's a derby this weekend. People just don't like Hamburg. Hamburg has a second auxiliary derby with Werder Bremen. Where's the whimsy music? We just jumped right in because
Yes,
we were
sir.
a little
Yes,
late.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Also, shout out Frank for the 6 months. Appreciate it. Yeah, we just kind of jumped into this, but I guess we can look at the games over the weekend before. I have to do the screen now because I didn't set up the screen. I'm all fucked up today, bro. I have a story for why that is. Once I come back, I'll tell you it.
Yeah, bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous this way. I let all that gets in my head. I don't care up here or somewhere. Yeah, bitch, I said what I said. I'd rather be famous this way. I let all that gets in my head. I don't care up here or somewhere.
All right. So, let's just look at the games of the weekend for now, and then if anyone joins, we won't make fun of you. You don't even have to have your camera on. Here are the games for the weekend. Tomorrow could be a real sleeper, and I gotta say, as someone who pushes the Always Watch Friday games, the Friday games this season have not been up to par, I have to say. And I think they scheduled all these bad Friday games to spite us, to make us look bad. But Mainz Gladbach, that has real Snorlax potential. Cologne versus St. Pauli, the longer the losing streak goes on, the more dangerous they become. Union Berlin Wolfsburg, not a whole lot to say about that one. Leverkusen should beat Augsburg. Heidenheim got a win finally. Stuttgart Bayern is kind of a derby a little bit. It's more, you know how like Gladbach and Bayern was a derby in like the 70s? This was a bit of a derby in like the early 2000s. So, shout out to both of them. RB Leipzig, actually there's some bangers on this weekend. Hold on.
There are.
Leipzig Frankfurt's a good one. Hamburg Bremen, obviously a derby, and then Dortmund Hoffenheim. Hoffenheim's not too bad this season. That could be a game Dortmund regrets losing for sure if they overlook that.
If they overlook it, yeah. I don't think they will, just because of how the Pokal went for them. But
you would hope, right?
You would hope.
You would hope.
But if they come out as inaccurate as they did during that Pokal match, then it's a sweating season.
It is sweating season. Someone please join this call-in show for the love of God.
We can talk about what happened in the Pokal to kill a little more time.
Yes, we can. Honestly, all things considering, it was a pretty lax Pokal round as well. There wasn't a whole lot of insanity. Like, really, the insanities kind of boiled down to Hertha doing so well. I don't think anybody on earth would have predicted Hertha beating the fuck out of Kaiserslautern like that. St. Pauli winning is a bit of an upset, right? Like, they haven't won in the league since, like, September or something like that. But the rest of these I think went the way, other than like Hamburg Kiel, but the rest of them kind of went the way everyone was thinking. Although the Union Berlin Bayern game was pretty crazy. We have a caller. Oh my god! Finally.
Yay.
Too bad I had to threaten people like.
You didn't have to.
Turn our audio down. We really are a radio show now. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Frankie, what up? What up?
What up? What up? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes,
you.
we can.
Cool. Hold on one second.
What's your Bundesliga
Okay.
hot take that you need the world to hear?
Well, first off, Frank, first time caller, long time listener. Long time listener. So
You went up
Yeah,
right.
Frank.
Anyways.
My question is actually for you two. In terms of the Blue League. I haven't heard this answer from you guys yet, but what does 50+1 mean to the both of you, personally?
Hmm.
Oh, that's a good one. Thank you, Frankie. I think you probably expected to talk a little longer than that. We're actually radio showing this.
We are actually ready.
I mean, for me, like 50+1 really is the definitive thing that keeps German soccer from everything else, right? Like the fact that tickets are so low. I have people who come all the time and saying like, "Oh man, like how much are tickets in Germany?" And when we tell them they're $40, they're like, "How the fuck?" Like that kind of thing. It's not immune, obviously, right? Like there are loopholes. There are people who want it to be gone, and there are ways around that where like I think like one of the teams is majority owned by like a company or something like that. But just the fact that the supporters want it so badly, I think is the big differentiator, right? Like a team can want it and that's cool, but like the fact that supporters give so much of a shit about it, I think gives it a little bit different from all the other leagues. What about you, B-Flum?
Yeah, kind of in the same vein. I think it's really a fans first policy, and it just allows a lot, like the Bundesliga community, to kind of be united on that front. Because like, even like if you look on the business side of like other leagues, Premier League, La Liga, all these other leagues that are like owned by like big money shows or whatever. It's really like you are within your club pretty much, and you don't really like relate to a bunch of other teams. You don't really have fan friendships like you do in Germany, and also the prices and the culture around going to a game. It's a lot more expensive than it is in Germany. But also, just like on the fan side, like if you're looking at it's a little different in Germany than it is like if you're talking about like Bundesliga fans in America or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot more unity and respect, and like if you're a Bundesliga fan, we mentioned this on the Viva Beat pod yesterday, but like
Shout out Viva Beat pod, by the way.
Shout out Viva Beat pod. If you're a Bundesliga fan, no matter what team you're really with, you may get shit from, like, if you're a rival, you may give each other shit for like 3 minutes, but then after that, it's just like, oh, we're Bundesliga fans. It's cool. So I feel like the 50+1 rule is an embodiment of like what I think fan culture should be. It's the fans really getting around the team, making sure that it's accessible for everyone, and then just being there and standing up for each other, pretty much.
Yeah, Ryan Lamy in chat says St. Pauli and Rostock can unite on an issue. That is one of the most valuable things about 50+1, because it gives everyone something to unite on. Like, no matter how much you might hate another team, you have one commonality that you can both come together on, and that's making sure that there's no Newcastle situation. So, thank you for your question, Frank. I said Herr Hoot has been in the background doing a clothing change the entire time. We appreciate it. I wanted to give you a little. Our boy in Minnesota, let's go. Not to dox
Hey.
you, but
Oh,
Hi, Jake and B-Flem.
what's
How you doing?
up?
I had to make sure I had the right hat on. So this is the hat that got me into the Bundesliga. So that's why I put this one on.
Oh, damn. That is a sick logo.
Anyway, so my question is a two-parter, if that's allowed.
Okay. Yeah, of course.
If you could be the god of football and foosball and magically transport one team that's not in the Bundesliga into the Bundesliga, who would it be and why? And who would you banish from the Bundesliga and why?
Well, that's not a very unbiased answer. All right. Thank you for your question, Hair Hoot. Love you, bro. All right. That's a loaded one. This could take some.
This could take some time.
Do you want to do banish first? Even though
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be the easier one to say. Are we thinking anyone other than Leipzig right now?
Also, if you can put the studio link in the chat. I know you.
Okay.
Banish. Okay. Let's not do Leipzig.
Okay.
I would do. Damn, this is a really good question. Actually,
Does
I
it
was
just
not
have to be
expecting
Bundesliga, or can it be like?
I think it's Bundesliga. I don't want to say Augsburg because Herr Hoot literally had a hat on for Augsburg and said that it was what got him in. I think I gotta say Augsburg, unfortunately. It's nothing. Okay, I just want to clarify this for Herr Hoot because I don't want him to be mad at us. It's just that, when you think about clubs that, to me, don't really add a lot, and Augsburg, for better or for worse, just play frustrating soccer. They're the team that you want to see on your schedule the least because no matter how you're playing, if your favorite team's on a 6-0 streak, they played 5 games, they scored 6 goals in each, you can bet your fucking ass that game against Augsburg to end 1-1. It doesn't matter what the hell you're playing like. Augsburg just has that potential, and that's very annoying to me. So that's why. Nothing for the fan base or anything like that. I think they're a pretty chill team, but just, the frustration part of them is the most annoying part.
I'm gonna say this one just purely for the competitiveness of the league. I'm gonna say send Bayern to the Premier League.
Hey, okay, that's actually a better answer. Wait, okay, I 50+ agree with that.
Because as soon as you remove them, we were talking about this a little bit, but Bayern has an 8-point lead in the league right now, and they've won outside of the one Leverkusen won, they've won 13 of the past 14 years. If you move them to a different league, this league is a lot more competitive than. I wouldn't say competitive because I still feel like that feeds into the narrative that it's just a Bayern feeder league, but it would be like Ryan Lemmy said, a lot more wild.
It would be more chaotic.
It would be a lot more chaotic. And because if you look at everyone below Bayern right now, it's 5 points between 2nd and 7th.
Right. So. Imagine if the 2nd to 7th race was for the title. That would be crazy.
That would be insane.
But that happens every year, and then you just have to throw it out because Bayern's well, you don't have to, but Premier League fans throw it out just because it's not. And then we have the second part of the question of which team you would add in. I would put in Crystal Palace.
They are pretty Bundesliga coded.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't really think of the answer to this question.
You're so focused on kicking Bayern out.
I was so focused on kicking Bayern out. I was trying to figure out how can I justify kicking Bayern out. I would add. I don't want to 50+ agree,
Oh, specified a German team. So
Oh.
a team that's not in the first league currently, and add them now.
Oh, okay. In that case, I would want. I low key would want the Berlin Derby back.
Yeah. I would put in. I would put in Karlsruhe. No, I put in 1816 Munich, 60 Munich actually, because if we're going with Bayern staying there, right? That actually is a hateful ass like derby, and like I think that would just bring back a legitimacy to like hatefulness in the Bundesliga if they were back.
I can see that.
We've got one person waiting, so we won't keep them long, and it's the homiest of homies. Mike, what up?
What up?
Yo, what's happening, guys? 56-month subscriber, so Twitch tells me.
Right, hey, let's
yeah.
go.
So, following up on Frank and Andrew's thing there, mine was somewhat similar, but I want to put a couple notions to the side first. So let's cancel the notion that the Bundesliga is a development league or a farmers league, right? And not thinking about the Premier League. And money not being the sole driver, what would be the deciding factor for someone to be a fan of the Bundesliga, but not just fans? If you were a player, what would make you choose the Bundesliga over the other top leagues? Like, why should you give the Bundesliga consideration? That's what's up.
That's a banger. You all are coming up with banger questions. What a. All right, Mike. Thanks for your question, bro.
Peace.
That's such a good question.
That is a really good
Why
question.
would a player come to the Bundesliga?
So if we're dismissing developmental farmers league type thing and money, it's. I think the biggest thing is the fan culture.
Yeah, I was
to be
gonna say,
honest.
like, I feel like you could be so much more of a legend in the Bundesliga in a way that is different, right? Like, that's not to say like Premier League legends aren't very well worshipped, right? Obviously they are, but there's just a little bit of a difference of knowing you come to that home crowd and like when you're the man, like they're gonna gas you up big time. Like, look at Saeed El-Mala. Saeed El-Mala has started one game all year, and they're already, like, putting his face over Jesus and stuff. Like, and I know, like I said, I know that is not, like, unique. A lot of other leagues do that, too. But I think just, like, knowing that, plus you can walk into your home ground and be the man, and everybody's like cheering your name in a way that you don't really see in other leagues. Like that shit would that shit, and also just like just like being in like Germany's kind of a chill country, I would imagine, if you were like a footballer. Maybe not really, but I don't know.
Maybe not. You would be able to speak on that more than I would, but I feel like, yeah, it's just like, imagine if you're like, I don't know, Erling Haaland going to
Bremen.
like Bremen. you put up a 40-goal season. It doesn't matter if you win the league or not. They're building a statue.
Not Herr Hoot also brings up a great point of like you can be a huge the expectation around fame in Germany is also a lot different, because Harry Kane could walk through the city center and it wouldn't be like he walked in London where like everyone's swarming him.
Yeah.
I think there's like you see so many like there's so many funny stories of people like getting in fights with footballers at like donor shops and on boats and stuff. Like there's just like you have the stature of being this legend, but also once you're off the field, you're just a regular dude to a lot of people. And I think that's why stars come to MLS. Like Messi can go wherever the fuck he wants in Miami, and I don't think a lot of people are gonna know who he is immediately. But yeah, I think that would be my two reasons.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in Munich. Yeah, it's like if you're the biggest player at like Holstein Kiel, you could probably just do whatever you want. Probably.
Yeah, I'm sure like the most like if you're recognized out at the pubs or anything, like the most anyone would do is just like buy you a beer and then leave you alone.
Yeah. Quite frankly, puts in a second question. Also, if we have no one in the queue right now, if you jump in right now, you can give us a question. You can do whatever you want. That's not racist. What players are you eyeing to make a move during this upcoming transfer window? For who?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes,
6
sir.
months
Yes,
in advance.
I
sir.
would have thought ZD
Yes,
Smith would have
sir.
been in here. Yeah, wait, what? 6 months in advance? How did you do that? What does that even mean?
I mean, he's done paid. He's locked in for the next
He's
6 months.
locked the fuck in.
He's locked the
ZD
fuck
Smith is
in.
the. ZD Smith needs to jump in here so that he can tell us about his trip. Not to dox him, but dude, thank you so much. That's so huge. I guess let's do the quote unquote biased teams. So, if I'm calm, I don't do anything. I try to make people not leave. I think that's the big thing for them. Because you have a lot of players who did not have a whole lot of hype coming into the season, and now they're doing very well. I would try really hard to make sure that they're happy, and so they don't leave in the summer, right? Like, I think a lot of the work that you do in the winter and, like, the upcoming spring really affects the summer, which is the bigger transfer window. But if I had to choose a position, it would be backline. I think everybody wants a fucking backline, right? So
Oh yeah.
I think there's some center backs, like, because of injuries. I know Vandenberg is coming back, which is very nice. But I would want to get some backliners for depth and just... I think that's the one place they need to prove. Everywhere else is pretty good.
If I am being biased, I think that Dortmund is desperately in need of a midfielder, defensive midfielder type player. Not actually the entire midfield.
Which is crazy. I feel like that's always what Dortmund's one good position is.
Exactly. It's always they're always great in the build-up play. They've always been able to finish, but because we don't have great build-up play right now, at least when we're in possession, the quality of shots we're taking is not fantastic.
Yeah.
So there needs to be a jolt of creativity in there. If I don't see them making a permanent move on that front in the winter. If anything, I think it would most likely be like a loan deal with someone.
Mm-hmm.
Just because that's in recent history, I can't remember. Like outside of Holland, I can't remember a permanent winter deal that has made too big of an impact. But yeah, it's one of those things where they have to figure out very quickly how they want to identify as a team. Do they want to go full on counterattacking? Do they want to try build up play? If they want to go into build up play, they need another midfielder ASAP.
Yeah.
What they have right now is not working.
Did someone say Holland, Shades of Blue? Get in here, bro. Click that link right now. Whatever happened to Pascal Gross? That's a good question.
He's been on the bench. He hasn't been getting much playing time.
That's crazy. Who's ahead of him?
Um,
No way. No, it can't be him. There's no way.
I don't remember a game where he hasn't started in recent memory.
That's fucked.
I don't remember.
That's really bad.
Also, yeah, Father Time. If we would have gotten Gross, like, even though I don't really love the discourse around Father Time for him, because he played relatively well last year. I mean, like, outside of everybody not playing well last year, he was one of the better players in build-up and in the attack. So, I don't know. I don't know what Mecha has done to go ahead of him. I don't know what Sabitzer has really done to go ahead of him either. But
FC Augsburg needs a Promag coach again. They should go hands-on need back to just Thorup. I don't know if I would go back to him, but I agree. Yeah, that Sandro Wagner hire did not work out, and I think they thought that was going to be their home run, and that was a fly out in the infield. Like that just did not work. Like I guess it did the first 2 games of the season because I remember the chat then, but then it just fell apart, and I'm not sure what. I think Augsburg is just stuck in their ways, man. I don't know how to get them out of that. Gross should have come to Frankfurt. Gandalf, get in this chat right now. So I can cuss you out. No, I'm just kidding. Lines are open at 50 plus donor radio. The link is pinned in the Twitch chat. You don't even need to come on camera. If you have something you want to say that's not racist, then jump on in here. Jump on in.
I gotta think of a question while we wait.
Ooh, I have one.
Okay.
If you could change the colors of a Bundesliga team, what would you change it? Who would you change and what would you change it to?
I would make somebody's got to become pink.
Yes.
Somebody has to add pink or purple.
God damn it, B-Flem. God damn it. Change Red Bull to trash color, like a poopy brown. Like not a vibrant brown like St. Pauli. It's got to be like a muddy brown, like when you think there's like smudge on your monitor.
I think mine's could rock a pink.
Dude, Colm, someone was being very homophobic and said like, "Oh, why don't you make your jersey pink?" And they released like they recolored one of their red jerseys pink, and now I'm like, you gotta release it. You gotta release that shit. That shit looked amazing. Dortmund was briefly blue and white a long way back, if I'm not mistaken. That is crazy to think
That's
about.
terrifying.
That's actually crazy to think about. All things considered. I'd make Freiburg green. Green? Oh no, green is one of Gladbach's colors. Oh my god. Ryan Lammy?
Lammy, yeah.
Look at that scarf wall. That's impressive. Look, mine looks very dainty and low budget compared to yours.
Yeah, I just bought like 3 curtain rods and put them all up.
I need to do that. Ryan Lamey, what is your question or topic?
Yeah. So my question for you guys is, what stadium do you really want to visit that you've never been to? And I'm not, Beeflam, I don't know if you've ever been to Dortmund, but I'm going to say don't say Dortmund because
I figured
that's an obvious bias answer.
True.
I wasn't going to say it anyway just because of that.
Goodbye, Ryan. Give us our fucking wheel back. You go for. I actually want to hear your answer because you've never been.
I have never. So I've only been to 2 stadiums. Both are in the state of Illinois. So
wait, so you're coming to Cincinnati with us April 18th, are you not?
April 18th. We'll talk about it.
Check your schedule.
We'll talk about it.
Hey, yo.
If I was to go to a stadium that's not Dortmund, honestly, I would say Union Berlin.
I feel like that would be a lot of people's answer. Even Nines North said the Alton Forest Die. Bar is low considering one of them is Soldier Field. I'm not going to take Soldier Field slander. That's a good one. Is there like a second one too? Let's do top 3 then.
Okay, so we'll say Union. I don't know. I feel like atmosphere is going to be a big thing for me, so I would say St. Pauli as well. Probably Union St. Pauli. I'm kind of split between Freiburg and Frankfurt. I think I would lean Frankfurt. But I am very much a atmosphere experience person. I think those would be the three I would be most excited to, dip my toes into.
Yeah, we have a Weisser Stadion, which is Bremen's. I would also shout out that. My number one would be... I'm gonna put Bremen in there. They've got a cool one. Every time we do like one of our stadium tour episodes, it looks super cool. Definitely Eintracht Frankfurt. I feel like on atmosphere alone, and also to see the P Forest, that'd be pretty cool. Damn, it was another one I would do. I want to think of like a second or third league one, like someone that has like a stadium in like the mountains or something. Because I'm a big mountain boy. I love mountains. I'm gonna say like Koblenz or something. Something like along the Rhine. I don't know if anyone knows where Koblenz is. It's like a little bit south of Cologne. But are we gonna do a 50+ meetup for USA versus Germany in Chicago in June? I have bad news for all of you for all the shit I was talking. I have a wedding that day that I'm not gonna miss. I don't want to be because they watch the show, so I don't want them to be like, "Oh, he's not going to show up." I'm 100% showing up to that. It does hurt a little bit, but I'm gonna still party at this wedding. I'm excited for this wedding, but I will not be there. But B-Flum, I think, will be here.
I'm gonna find my way there, probably. So if you want to come through and say hi, I will.
Oh, the old Freiburg Stadium. Yeah, I would put the old Freiburg Stadium in that for sure. Which is their current women's stadium, so you could still see it. If I had said Borussia Park, how badly will I get judged? I just want to know what the fuck you wanted to go to Gladbach. I'm planning. I'll be there if we can do something Friday, like the Friday before that game. I'm 100% down for that. But the Saturday, I will not be there. So I'm gonna be in Dusseldorf late / end of January. I have maybe my most anti-FC Köln opinion. Dusseldorf is a fantastic city. I love Dusseldorf a lot. It's super cool to visit. You feel poor walking around, but the Japanese food there, perfecto. Is there an MLS stadium y'all been wanting to see? Fuck no.
What you mean? You don't want to go to Yankee? You don't want to go to Yankee Stadium or City Field?
I don't yearn for. I don't yearn for the MLS stadium. If I picked one that I would want to cross off my list, I still have not been to an LAFC game.
That's what I was thinking too.
And a lot of my homies are in Tigers. Shout out Tigers SG for LAFC. I need to see my squad, but I'm trying to do that next year. I don't know when, but BC Place, already been there. Love BC Place. I hope Mike's not still listening. We should have an episode where Mike tells us why. Okay, Mike is here. I want to hear the story of why BC Place is not it. Lumen was cool. Yeah, Seattle has a cool one. Portland is pretty cool. That's another cool one. Atlanta Stadium is very cool.
Mercedes-Benz is nice. I've been there for a Falcons game.
When the team is good. Minnesota Stadium is pretty cool. I still have not seen the Fire win there though, so that kind of sucks. So it is on my cursed stadium list. But yeah. Any other question, guys? This has been a fun. This has already been.
This is a fun idea. Who's the third
Maybe
person
is
in the
still
studio
here,
right
so
now?
maybe
Maybe
has
he's still
a
here.
his second question.
I did not have a second question, but I was just kind of listening on the screen that you presented me with. So But I would also say that I would like to probably see a game at Rot-Weiss Essen. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Ooh, that is a good atmosphere.
Because they go pretty wild. And also, I have a weird soft spot for Carl Zeiss Jena, so it'd be fun to see a game there. I don't think they have the atmosphere that like a Rot-Weiss Essen would have, but they still draw well. So.
And the professor, the Zeiss Jena family, of course, Carl and Carla. Goodbye, Lammy.
You think I can get away with the Snuggie for a random scarf?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have 0 scarves within reach. I'm not going to get up to get one. Actually, not 0. Oh, I guess not 0. I have an entire wall. Shout out the Red Stars Wrigley game. You guys really fucked up all the momentum from that game, but it was still fun to be at. I want to see a match at Grunwalder Stadion, 1860 Munich, because that place is old. Yeah, they literally are not moving in. Well, they did used to share the a stadium with Bayern, and then they did not. I don't know the full story behind that, but I want to see SV Waldhof. Why have I heard that before? Where are they located? Why is that so familiar? I'm having a deja vu moment right now. One of my favorite stadiums is Mannheim. Oh, that's why. Yeah. I've been to Mannheim had a really good hockey team, and I went to a hockey game there, and that was pretty fun.
That's a good question to ask. What was the best non-soccer sporting event you went to while you were in Germany?
Definitely Kölner Haie. I went to a game where they played Eisbären, who, if you don't know, is like one of the most successful hockey teams in Europe. I went to a home game there, and it was fucking sick. The hockey is very bad. It is not good hockey, but the atmosphere and like how loud it got when they scored, I'm like, dude, NHL's got to step their game up. Like playoff NHL is like regular season DEL. What about you? Oh, well, I guess you.
Well, I haven't been to Germany.
When we do go to Germany, would love to see a baseball Bundesliga game. I did see a baseball game when I was there. I don't think it was like a top league game, and I hope it's not a top league game because that was not good. Best non-soccer sports anywhere. How about you? Like non-soccer game was the best.
That's a very good question. So there's a lot on my list. I would say 2021 ALDS Game 3. White Sox and I was working for the White Sox in concessions at the time.
Fuck, man.
And that was the loudest I have ever heard a stadium.
Oh my god.
It was actually insane.
That's one of my biggest regrets is I didn't go to one of those games.
Yeah, it was you had to be like that was a blackout game as well, the night game where we scored like 15 runs to, at least salvage something out of that series. And holding that hopium for like 2 seconds was like very nice.
Especially for the White Sox too.
Especially
there's
for
not
the
a
White
lot of
Sox.
hopium in general as a White Sox fan, but
yeah. And then I don't know, other ones would be like college basketball games, which you don't want to hear about because
well, I personally do not want to hear about it. Mine would be Suns Lakers first playoff game in like 11 years. I went to the first one. That stadium was the loudest I've ever heard a stadium just in general. Like even more than when we went to Cole. Like people were fucking fiending on that game. And like it was a close ass game too, so it was like really tense. yeah, it was just damn. It was such a cool experience.
I feel like playoff basketball is just different.
Yeah.
Because like I've been to regular season NBA games and like they're cool, but like not
They're pretty boring.
really all that. Yeah. I feel like going to a game that actually means something is that's kind of why I prefer college basketball a little bit more to watching NBA, because it feels like the games mean a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Because there's like way fewer games, aren't there?
There's way fewer games. You only see like everyone like once or twice.
And I'll never have to worry about my college being in a national, like in the tournament, but I can imagine that shit's crazy too.
I won't have to worry about mine doing that anytime soon.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the fuck happened to you. What is your second favorite league from Frank? Your first European league, and why is that La Liga? It is not La Liga currently for me. I'm gonna cop out of this question. I don't have another one. I think I'm just so full-time Bundesliga. I don't really have a.
I am very much full-time Bundesliga pilled as well. If I had to choose a second one, I would probably say La Liga. If I had to give you a reason, it's because it's probably the second most amount of Copa 90 Derby Days episodes that I've watched have been from Spanish teams.
They all fucking hate each other over there.
They despise each other.
Absolute despising. Good God. I feel like every week there's some kind of derby going on there. It's like, dude, what the hell happened over there where everybody doesn't like each other? My partner's from Cleveland, and we went to a Cavs game last year, and after watching soccer for years, she was taken aback at how whack NBA were. Yeah, it's... And, like, I know, like, Europeans like to feel superior to people all the time, but, like, EuroLeague basketball is crazy. Not every team is, like, an insane atmosphere, but, like, Serbian basketball teams playing in EuroLeague, like, when they play a Turkish team, that shit makes the NBA game look like a golf event.
Oh, yeah. Man, there's always that one video that's circulating around where they have the flares in the stands and they're jumping and chanting, and it's like, man, all we get is a DJ and everybody just sitting around.
Yeah, people actually get mad when you stand up too long. That happened to me the last basketball game I went to. Oh boy.
Who's here?
First of all, take that goddamn scarf down. Especially this
sorry,
week.
Sorry.
No. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Move your camera down. Down.
Better.
There we go. Okay.
Better.
What a good sport. I was not expecting you to do that. Crunky, what's up, buddy?
Hello, friends. Sorry, I'm wrestling with. We changed like streaming providers, and I was like, wait, there are a few things I don't have on this one, so I've just been like scrambling trying to get that ready.
Oh yeah, wait.
How's
real
it
quick,
going,
advertisement.
guys?
Watch Shades of Blue immediately after this. There's some good deaths. My girl Deep T is on this week. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, broom. We're gonna start with her because she's all the way in England. Crazy person. Shout out to her.
WDT. What is your question, Crunky?
Why? I didn't have any. I just wanted to come in and say hello. I will say that I understand you're very much Bundesliga preferred, but the fact that you said you don't have another favorite or a second favorite other league, like I don't exist, like rude. Who cares about La Liga? Like,
bro, leagues that I don't even know exist are above Premier League. So, like Mongolian third league is way above Premier League.
I mean, that is fair. That is fair. The whatever league that that's in Bendit, like Beckham, that league is probably ahead of Premier League. I'm sure. Yeah, that's fair.
It's just you guys argue too much. The vibes for Premier League games are awful.
Do you not argue in the Bundesliga? Like, is it
like
you guys are all just
do.
like holding hands, saying "Kumbaya" around the fireplace?
Honestly, kind of.
Honestly, we just be happy to see that there's other Bundesliga fans.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Oh, I have a story about that real quick. So at my wedding, the pastor was like doing side chatter, right? He's like, oh, like, and he's devoted to Katie like he is his favorite league, the Premier League, and the entire crowd was like, no. So
come on,
I still got that.
Sounds like a good pastor right there. You know, set your relationship, your marriage into the best way possible.
What is your damn quick question? You're not here to aura farm. Look at how he's aura farming like crazy.
Okay. I have a question. It's about Werder Bremen.
Okay. Oh my god.
Naturally, it's
okay.
So they're doing actually decently in the season. Like, how serious are they? Like, is this just like do you feel this is a one season off, or could they continue and maybe next year challenge for Europe? Because I don't think that's happening at all this year.
Amazing question. Goodbye, Crunk. That is actually a really good question, honestly.
That is a really good question.
I think I asked myself that last week. I don't know what Premier League. I don't know what Bremen's ceiling is, because I mean, we do have to eat a little bit of trash right now, because we did say that they were gonna be fighting for relegation.
We did say they were gonna be really, really bad.
But the coach from Elversberg has them fighting. The Boniface is still playing hard, but like I think like he kind of put a big team attitude. Like, not to basketball this, but it's kind of like the Suns getting Dylan Brooks. Like, Dylan Brooks is not going to deal. I said this actually in the BFLB pod yesterday. You need someone who's not okay with losing on your team, whether it's a coach, whether it's an executive, whether it's a player. You need someone who's going to get in that locker room when you're down 3-0 and say, you guys fucking suck. We need to get this together. And I think Boniface is that for Bremen, because they fight in their games, bro. They fight their ass off.
Yeah. My big thing that's making this very confusing is that one season is whatever season you had last season is not going to be the season you have next season, and that's pretty much the same for like every team that is not named Bayern Munich. And even in Bayern's case, the season you had last year is not going to be the season you have this year. It's definitely more extreme towards the mid and bottom of the table, though. Like if we're looking at Mainz, like they were fighting for Europe last year. This year they're bottom of the barrel. Bremen is kind of the inverse of that, where they kind of had to fight their way away from relegation last year, and now this year they're kind of comfortably mid-table, even though comfortability is something that doesn't really exist in the Bundesliga.
No. They could still be fighting for relegation. Like, the league's fucking crazy. They're not completely safe yet.
They're not safe yet, but if they keep on the trend that they are right now, it still is going to be extremely unpredictable how they come out next year. Now, if the transfers they make in winter and summer are anything like the Boniface transfer, then I would be comfortable saying they're legit. They can fight for a European spot at some point. If they kind of stay stagnant, I think teams will figure out how to beat them, and they will be right back where they were.
Yeah. But I think it's encouraging, because I mean, even though Bremen fans have gotten our ass about that, I think they even probably thought that this was not going to go that well. Also, Frank, don't put that shit in the chat, bro. What are you doing? How do I delete this? Any other questions? This actually went pretty well. considering.
We-
We gotta like put more emphasis. Like we gotta not announce that we're doing this.
The day of.
Yeah. How do I? Oh yeah, be respectful or I'm gonna ban you. There you go. I cannot delete the P word, but you know we do what we. Do.
Oh, I can. Hold on.
I blame their American for Augsburg, absolutely. Prem fans used to hate too much, and they had to get tamed so they don't. Yeah, that actually like the Premier League actually used to be not like the Bundesliga, but it's a bit. And we should do another episode because I think what they're trying to do with Germany and the security measures is what happened to England and what happened to their scene. But that could be an entire fucking episode.
Yeah.
Anything else people say? Oh, people get mad at European fan cultures and are like, we would rather watch the game, which I think is still valid. I think that's still valid, right? There's sometimes you just want to. I think that's the appeal of baseball, American baseball, is like you can just fucking veg out, hang out with your friends, and then occasionally something happens. That is not basketball for me, but it is basketball for some people. But I think for the most part, I think if you ask your average person what's more interesting, people sitting there and reacting to threes every 3 minutes or like being invested, I think most people would take the other option. What else? What other stuff do we have here? Funny you mentioned that, Jake. There's a Basque derby in the La Liga this weekend. Which one? Which one of the like 16 teams in the La Liga are that hate each other are playing each other? Canadian Premier League clears, yes, but it also seems like it's kind of dissolving a little bit. They've lost like 3 teams in the last 5 years. R.I.P. Valor, R.I.P. Edmonton, FC Edmonton, and there's one more. It's not York, is it? Hey, Lemmy. No,
Oh.
fuck no. Absolutely not. Alright, I'm opening up this. I'm banning him right now. And it's going to be a long ban. I hope you're ready for that, Lemmy. What's your name in Absolutely not. Wait, no. I'm banned. Kick from studio. Oh, lady. I'm going to write you a not nice message when I get back. Fuck no. Alright, more chaotic good.
Yeah, CPL, bad, man. I kind of want to say I don't want to talk about it, but man, like, at least Quebec's got a team now, and that's huge. Yep.
Hey,
Yep. They start next year just outside of Montreal, so that's going to be the away game road trip next season.
Oh, 100%. Is there 3 teams? I'm missing like FC Edmonton, Valor. Is there another one?
Just Edmonton and Valor, because Edmonton left and then Vancouver came in. York started as the York 9, then they changed to York United. Now they're Inter Toronto. So, yeah. All that.
Toronto does not seem like a group of words that should be together.
It's brutal. It's like Real Salt Lake, where you're kind of like, come on now. You know, we were joking about how long before, you know, they're, well, they have Mexican ownership, York now, so we're wondering, like, why they chose an Italian team name instead of, like, a Spanish or a Mexican team name.
I don't know. A lot of marketing boardrooms that I think they're just fucking around in.
I do have another Bundesliga-related question, though.
Okay.
It's one that I've kind of like, I feel that outside of Asia, the most amount of the big league with the most amount of Japanese and or Korean players is the Bundesliga or the Bundesliga pyramid. Am I tripping, or is that real?
I think that's true.
I think that's real.
Okay, and if that's real, what's the connection? I'm not going to any sort of, past 20th century, mid 20th century nonsense. I'm just like, is there a real connection, and what is that about? Any thoughts?
Oh yeah. Bye, Mike. That's a good question.
I don't know the answer to that question.
I don't know the answer to that. I feel like maybe that's a 50 plus investigates episode, because there is a lot of players from Asia in the Bundesliga, like I feel like way more than any other league, and I wonder why that is. It has to be like someone got signed in like the 70s or something like that. Like, we gotta look into that. I know one of the things. This might not be a good connection, but there is a very big Japanese population in Dusseldorf. Like, I think one of the biggest outside of Japan. And I wonder if that has anything to do with at least the Japanese part. And I will say the league itself is very embedded in Japan too. Like, Cologne has a Japanese account. I think like Bayer Leverkusen has a Japanese account. That's actually, oh man, that really has to be an episode. I want to look into that.
That is a good question for Reese, because I'm just thinking about the amount of Asian talent that has passed through the Bundesliga, and there's a lot. Like yeah, that would be very Kagawa. Wasn't Heung-min Son in the Bundesliga at a point as well?
Yeah, for a long time. I think they signed a lot of good players who are on national teams in Asia, and I know that fans will follow them from. But like, why, right? Like, of all the countries in the world, that's I'm very interested.
They do market a lot. There are a lot of tourists in Asian countries,
which is good. Like, right? I think even on this show, I have a dilemma sometimes of like, there's so much good soccer outside of Europe, and I think everyone focuses in on Europe so much when South America has an incredible soccer culture. Like, Asian countries are, like, Japan has made a huge, since the 2002 World Cup, like, they've made such a big push in trying to, like, get soccer to be one of their big sports. Like, damn, that's a really good ass question, and I definitely think we should look into that for sure.
Yeah.
So 50 plus investigates coming soon. We've got another 3 minutes. Any last second questions?
Who's in the studio right now?
What? Oh, it's Mike still.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it flashes on screen. Yeah. So people. Yeah, and like, I feel like that's very similar to America. Like, obviously, the Bundesliga really likes to pump up American players for the same reason. They hope that they follow them over, although that is very fleeting. I feel like the connection. I feel like Americans are kind of like the chaotic, evil version of that. They'll like be your most hard fan while their players there, and then once they leave, they'll fuck off. So, like, do you remember? I think maybe it might be before you became a fan, but there was like so many Bremen fans because of Josh Sargent and Aaron Johansson.
I do remember that.
Like, where did everybody? And then even like Kevin Paredes, there was like a lot of Americans who wanted to be Wolfsburg fans, and now, yeah, I don't know. Which Bundesliga team would do well in an American tour? Köln, I promise. No, I'm not even being unbiased. I'm not even being biased. I promise.
They would.
If Köln gave a shit about touring in the U.S., they would fucking succeed so well. And it's impossible. I feel like it's hard now because it's hard. They have to wait until Trump, like, not to get politics. They have to wait until Trump gets out of office because no sane person is going to visit the U.S. for a summer for a tour. But if they ever gave a shit about a U.S. tour and did like a semi-big one, I think they would really, really do well. What about you?
Yeah, if I were to go outside of, the big ones, Bayern and Dortmund, I would probably, I think Stuttgart could.
Oh, yeah. I'm surprised Stuttgart.
I think Stuttgart could. That's one of the squads that I know has like a relatively big fan base in America. So, like,
I mean, if you look at even what those two teams did, ironically together in the friendly in Austin, like it was rainy and 40 degrees, and they were still bigger than you would think fan bases for both there. So if they had bothered to check the weather and did it somewhere like San Diego or something, like I think both of those teams could benefit on doing both of those. But
absolutely,
Frankfurt had done them decently in the past. Well, I mean, Frankfurt, Dortmund, Leverkusen, and Bayern are all seriously actually trying to be big in the U.S., where everybody else doesn't give a shit. But all right, y'all. Well, this was a fun ass episode. I gotta say, we gotta do this again next time. Beefum, what do you think?
I agree. We will actually announce it earlier than the day of, so you can be prepared and actually have questions. But the questions were good today, and they were great.
And no racism, which is insane. I Kaiserslautern would, they have a lot of fans. Leverkusen is only trying to be big in New York. That's kind of everybody also, though. I think it's just easy for them to do that because all their offices are in New York. But I won't blab anymore. We'll have a show next week. We're going to actually try. I feel like we both have kind of vegged out a little bit. It's just the holiday. But we'll get some packed content in. We obviously got donor slots coming up. And stay warm out there. It's cold as shit here in Chicago. So,
shall we?
Did someone do a racism of 50 plus donor? That's a whole other episode, my friend. Yes.